In this tutorial, we are going to know about grouping of segments and the vertical segment. Stay tuned. In the next case, first of all, we will be using another set of content here, like for say, instead of segment, we will be now making usage of another particular class which is known as vertical segment. So we are first of all creating it, and here we will be placing this rest of the content that we had created earlier. Let's have a little bit of intended, and here we will be pasting all those contents. So we'll be now seeing what is the exact result, but first of all, let's copy this paragraph element from here and let's place it right outside this individual vertical segment that we have created. So this is another class that we are practically making use of. This is a vertical class which is now imposed, which is now added to the segment that we had created earlier. Now if we head back to our project, first of all let's close this code inspector panel, and if we now reload, we can see that another kind of segment is now being created into our project. There is a particular border bottom right below of this individual segment that we had created earlier, and then comes the paragraph that we had mentioned here. So the purpose of using this vertical class is to vertically group all the contents, all the correlated contents that we wish to put together. Now if we wish to make it something different, to make it more noticeable, then all we may do, we may head back to this UI blue medium header. This is the vertical segment, and here we may mention it as the red vertical segment. Now if we head back and reload, we can see that there's practically a border top on the top of this vertical segment that we had created earlier. So instead of red, we may practically make usage of any kind of color class those we had used earlier. Like we had used this olive, so we may create another like this blue or teal or orange, anything that I want. So whatever color class we wish to use along with the vertical segment classes, it should be mentioned properly right over here. And if we head back to our project and reload, we can see that the corresponding color attribute is now imposed on the border top that we had created. Now in the next case, we will be grouping both these elements, the segment that we had created in the first place and the vertical segment classes, and all those elements those we had created later. UI Semantic allows us to group together all the related contents including the segments. So what does it mean? If we now head back to our project, and this is the UI segment, so on top of it, right beneath this column that we have created, if we now create another class with the name of UI segments, we have just made usage of this class segments. Actually this is the h2 class and this is the paragraph class, and the vertical segment class ends up right over here. So we will be copying all of them, each and every elements those we had created in between. We'll be copying them and we are going to paste them right over here. So all we did, we just created another div element with a class name of segments, and we have placed all these segment related classes into a single place, right into this particular segments class. Now let's press Ctrl S and head back to our project and reload, and we can see the result. Actually, the whole elements, those we have created right over here, like this first h2 class, then comes this first paragraph, and next we can see that we have used a vertical segment class, which is now lying right within a single grouped element, which is using the class segments. But I guess this hello world and this paragraph element, both of them are practically having trouble to find some kind of padding within it. So in the next case, we'll be fixing it up. Let's head back to our text editor, and here, instead of using just a segment or a vertical segment, let's make usage of this class here, which is known as secondary segment. Press Ctrl S, reload, and we can see that practically we are able to put all those elements, to put all those related contents within a single box into the container that we have created. So this is how things work. This is how we may group our contents together into a single place, and we can make them all assembled into a single place. Like if we create a whole set of content heading, then we may create some kind of paragraphs or any kind of text elements into it, and we may group up the related contents into a single place. So this is what we need to learn from this tutorial. Hope you guys have liked this tutorial. If you guys have liked this tutorial, then do not hesitate to hit that red subscribe button down below. Hope to see you guys in our next tutorial. Till then, bye.